Mercedes' build-out of its electric vehicle lineup necessitates something nicer than the EQE, yet more affordable than the EQS. That's where the midsize 2023 Mercedes EQE comes in as the most affordable purpose-built EV so far from the world's most iconic luxury carmaker. Its goal is simple: to provide most of the comforts of the EQS, but in a more economical package. And in a few hours test drive in my native Rocky Mountains, I found it offers just that. The EQE is exactly what you'd expect of an electric Mercedes E-Class, with a quiet, comfy, and stylish interior, competitive range, and some seriously good driving automation technology. It's not all worth shouting from the rooftops about, as the EQE exterior is kind of formless. Its much improved infotainment remains subpar, the door handles are confounding, and some driving dynamic refinements have clearly been left on the table. In a nutshell, Mercedes' electric E-Class equivalent is a midsize sedan with standard single-motor rear-wheel drive, available twin-motor all-wheel drive, and various optional upgrades to its comfort and performance. On that list are air suspension with adaptive damping and 2 tiers of rear-wheel steering to enhance agility and stability. Its floor houses a 90.6 kilowatt-hour battery that accepts up to 170 kW of DC fast charging, which can take it from 10 to 80% charge in an advertised 32 minutes. Mercedes guarantees 70% residual charge after 10 years or 155,000 miles and includes 2 years of free public charging through Mercedes Me. It's what's inside that counts. By sharing its platform with the EQS, the EQE takes a scaled-down version of its form, with even more ungainly purport. Its short, sloping hood and stubby trunk give it the side profile of a Chevrolet Volt. Not a bad-looking car, but not an all-time design great. There's definitely some blob going on here. No complaints about its ocean-deep blue paint or aerodynamic wheels, though let's have more of them. The interior is much more appealing, with a tasteful design, the build quality you expect of Mercedes, adequate space, and choice materials mostly. Piano black on the center console gets grubby too easily and should be replaced by the optional magnolia or walnut trim with elegant aluminum inlays. I love its jet turbine-shaped vents and the wood grain dash, textured metal in the door touchpoints, and suede-like material on the windowsills. Its seats are available in leather convincing stand-ins and are supportive and adequately bolstered. They sit very high for a sedan, giving an unusually SUV-like driving position. This aids the EQE's solid overall visibility, with the exception of the rear, where only a slit for a rear window shows what's behind you. Positives and negatives. The tech. The EQE gets Mercedes' new infotainment software MBUX, which is a huge step up from the OS in the AMG GT, RIP, and E. It runs on an 8-core processor with 24 GB of RAM, making it even more powerful than a Sony PlayStation. You'd never guess though, as the interface was at times slow to respond and didn't always load navigation directions on the first try. Despite the zero-layer interface philosophy, the screen is cluttered and many visual elements are too small to easily read while driving. Some are even partially obscured by the steering wheel with the optional 56-inch hyperscreen. Also, the built-in navigation gave wrong directions on multiple occasions, leading to flustered detours. Minding its road manners. The EQE spent the most time in was the 500 4MATIC, the highest performing version until the eventual AMG model. It had the air suspension and adaptive damping, which hid the many imperfections of Colorado's rough, frost-heaved mountain roads. Being an electric Mercedes, it was quiet at all speeds, with the loudest source of noise being the hum generated by flooring the throttle. The blast of 633 pound-feet of torque distributed through all 4 wheels made it quick yet stable, especially in conjunction with its rear-wheel steering. The alternatives. Pricing hasn't yet been announced, either, though a Mercedes official told me to expect it to land around the CLS, which starts just under $73,000. That'd make the 6-figure Audi e-tron GT and Tesla Model S too pricey to be considered real competitors, while the cheaper BMW i4, Tesla Model 3 are a size smaller, while the EQE upper trims likely encroach on the Porsche Taycan's territory. Their differing emphases. Porsche's concerns performance makes them less direct competitors. Sustainability. Mercedes claims to be taking its environmental impact seriously, and to that end says all its factories, including the EQE plant in Bremen, Germany, and rail logistics, use purely renewable, CO2-free electricity. That goes for its battery plants, too, which use minerals Mercedes says come from audited, ethical sources to produce cells that'll be upcycled into grid storage after they're past their useful life in cars. Specific to the EQE, Components with a total weight of over 165 pounds are made partly or entirely with recycled materials, or, in the case of the EQE body steel, it's 100% recycled, which reduces the CO2 emissions associated with its manufacture by over 60%. We are going to end this video right away. If you have any query or information to share, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.